What has a head and a tail, but no legs? The answer to this riddle is a coin. But despite having no legs, money has traveled a long distance over the centuries. Coins were first minted over 2,500 years ago, but the history of currency extends far beyond that. Hi, I'm Matt, discussing the history of money. Thousands of years ago, before any currency existed, most civilizations operated on a barter system where goods and services were exchanged. From cattle to crop seeds, people would exchange the things they had for the things they needed. In some societies, units of weight were established for a more sophisticated barter system. For instance, the shekel was a weight measurement used during the short-lived Akkadian Empire dating all the way back to 2100 BC. Traders eventually stamped their marks on goods to represent their worth in shekels. The concept of currency first appeared in the form of cowries in 1200 BC. A cowrie is a shell of a mollusk commonly found on the shores of the Pacific and Indian Oceans, and it was used as a form of money in societies on those coasts, such as China. Imagine what it would be like if modern-day currency was that accessible. Sadly, the phrase "money doesn't grow on trees" exists for a reason. At the end of the Stone Age, 1000 BC, China was manufacturing imitations of the cowrie in bronze and copper as a substitute for the ubiquitous shells. By 500 BC, coins made from precious metals such as silver, bronze, and gold appeared in Greece, Persia, and Macedonia. These empires stamped their coins with pictures of emperors and gods. Paper currency first appeared in China in 806 AD. However, since there was little regulation in the production of paper money for spendthrift dynasties, the Chinese economy was forced to stop its use in 1455. Contrastingly, the Incan Empire used gold dust, Native Americans used wampum, which were intricate strings of beads well into the 1600s. Paper currency didn't become significant in the Western world until the 17th century, first in Sweden, then in Scotland. It began as promissory notes, or official notes that promised payment for a product or service, which evolved into banknotes. Skip ahead a couple of centuries to 1816 and you're at the creation of the gold standard. To avoid the huge inflation encountered by the Chinese economy back in the 15th century, England established guidelines for each banknote to represent a certain amount of gold. Across the globe, more and more countries began to create their own paper currencies. With the 1930s depression, the gold standard was altered a great deal, and ever since it has grown increasingly obsolete as our financial world changes. It seems money just keeps getting lighter. It has moved from heaps of shells to heavy coins, then to paper, then plastic credit cards, and now in the world of technology it is virtually thin air. This leads us to our closing riddle. What is the future of money? Will technology continue to play a role, or will we go back to the ancient barter system? Tell us your thoughts and comments.